Victor
She's really
Talker,
upset.
late
Can you help?
30s.
I got her.
Billionaire
It's okay, little one.
CEO in a
Shh,
rumpled
shut
suit rocks his screaming
She's really
6-month-old
upset. Can you help?
daughter,
I got
Ella,
her. It's okay, little
desperately.
one. Shh.
Passengers glare. Flight attendants offer helpless shrugs. Nothing stops her cries. 3 hours nonstop. In coach, David, 16, skinny Southside kid with bright eyes and a math textbook. Watches. He stands, approaches. Victor snaps. What? David gently takes Ella. Miraculously, she quiets, cooing softly in his arms. Victor's jaw drops. How? David smiles shyly. Trick from home. But what if this random act unlocks doors neither saw coming? A billionaire's gratitude, a prodigy's dream, a bond that changes everything? Victor Talker was a very successful man. He started Talker Tech in a small room many years ago. Now it was one of the biggest companies in the world. People use his apps every day. He made billions of dollars. But success took a lot from him. His wife left after their baby girl, Ella, was born. She said Victor was always working and never home. Victor was sad, but he did not stop. He loved Ella more than anything. She was 6 months old now, with big brown eyes and a tiny smile that made his heart feel soft. Victor took Ella with him on business trips. Nannies helped when he was busy. This time he was flying to London for an important meeting. We will be okay, little one, he said to Ella as they got on the plane. He sat in first class, put Ella in her special baby seat, and opened his laptop. He thought the flight would be easy, but he was wrong. The plane took off smoothly. Victor worked on his computer. Ella played with her toy for a while. Then she started to fuss. Small cries at first. Victor gave her a bottle. She drank a little, then cried louder. He rocked her gently. Sure, Ella. Daddy is here. The cries became screams. 3 hours passed. Victor tried everything. New diaper, soft song, walking up and down the aisle. Nothing worked. Passengers turned to look. Some looked angry. A man said, "Can't you make her stop?" Victor felt his face get hot. "I'm trying," he said quietly. A flight attendant came. "Sir, maybe she needs a walk?" Victor walked again. Ella cried harder. His arms hurt. His head hurt. He felt like a bad father. In the back of the plane, David sat in a small seat. He was 16 years old from Southside, Chicago. Life was not easy there. His mom worked 2 jobs to pay bills. His little sister was 3 and had colic. She cried a lot at night. David learned ways to calm her. He held her close, rocked her slow, hummed songs his mom taught him. It worked most times. David was very good at math. Teachers said he was a genius. He won local contests. Now, he was going to London for the International Mathematics Championship. It was his first time on a plane. He carried his book and a small bag. "Do your best," his mom said at the airport. "Make us proud." David tried to study, but Ella's cries came through the plane. It reminded him of his sister. David closed his book. The cries were too loud. He remembered his mom's words. "Help when you can." He stood up. He walked to the front. The flight attendant stopped him. "This is first class." David said, "I can help the baby. Please." The attendant looked at him, then at Victor. She nodded. David stepped into first class. Victor looked up, tired and angry. "What do you want?" David spoke soft. "I can try to calm her. I help my little sister a lot." Victor stared. He was too tired to say no. "Okay, try." David took Ella carefully. He held her close to his chest. He swayed side to side in a slow circle. He hummed a quiet song. He pressed gently on her back. Ella's cries slowed, then stopped. She made small, happy sounds. She looked at David with big eyes. Victor sat back in shock. How did you do that? David smiled a little. Just a trick from home. Victor asked David to sit next to him. What's your name? David. I'm Victor Talker. This is Ella. David looked at the baby. She's cute. Victor smiled for the first time in hours. She is. Thank you. David asked, Where you going? London. Business meeting. David nodded. I'm going for a math contest. International one. Victor's eyes opened wide. Math contest? You're smart. David shrugged. I like numbers. They make sense. Victor laughed soft. Me too. Numbers built my company. They talk more. David told about Southside, hard life, good mom, little sister. Victor listened. He liked this boy. You helped me, Victor said. I want to help you. David looked surprised. Help how? Victor said, Stay in London with me. Watch Ella during my meetings. I will pay you and help with your future. David thought, I need call my mom. Victor nodded. Call her. Tell her it's safe. David smiled. Okay. The plane landed. Ella slept in David's arms. A new friendship had started. The plane landed in London at night. Victor carried Ella in his arms. She was calm and sleeping. David walked behind with his backpack. He felt nervous. This was a big city. He had never been so far from home. Victor turned to him. My driver is waiting. Come with me. David nodded. Yes, sir. They got into a black car. It drove through bright streets. David looked out the window. Tall buildings. Lights everywhere. This place is huge, he said. Victor smiled a little. You'll get used to it. My hotel is a big suite. You get your own room. David's eyes went wide. My own room. Victor nodded. You earned it. At the hotel, the lobby was shiny with marble and gold. David felt small. Victor spoke to the front desk. They gave David a key card. Victor said, Rest the night. Tomorrow I have meetings. You watch Ella. David said, I will take good care of her. Victor looked at him. I know you will. The next morning, Victor left early for his meeting. David stayed in the suite with Ella. The room was big windows, soft bed, toys Victor bought. Ella woke up crying. David picked her up. He rocked her the same way. He sang the same song. She stopped crying and smiled at him. David fed her milk. He changed her diaper. He played with her on the blanket. She laughed when he made funny faces. Victor came back at lunch. He saw David on the floor with Ella. She was happy. You are good with her, Victor said. David smiled. She likes me. Victor sat down. Thank you. I can focus on work because of you. David said, It's okay. I like her. Victor asked, How is the contest preparation? David said, I study every night. The problems are hard, but I like them. Victor nodded. You will do well. The math contest was in a large hall. Many students came from different countries. David sat at a desk with paper and pencil. His heart beat fast. Victor came to watch. He sat in the back with Ella in a stroller. He watched David work. David wrote fast. His face was serious. After 3 hours, the test ended. David walked out. He looked tired but happy. Victor met him. How was it? David said, Hard, but I think I did okay. Victor smiled. You did more than okay. I saw your face. You were calm. David said, "Thank you for coming." Victor put a hand on his shoulder. "I'm proud of you." 2 days later, they went to the award ceremony. The hall was full of people. The judge came to the stage. Third place goes to someone from Japan. Second place from Germany. Then he said, "First place, David from the United States." David's name was called. The room clapped loud. Victor stood up with Ella. He clapped hard. Ella made happy sounds. David walked the stage. He got a gold medal and a big check. He looked at Victor in the crowd. Tears came to his eyes. After the ceremony, Victor hugged him. "You did it," David said. "I couldn't without your help." Victor said, "You did it with your brain and your heart." That night in the hotel, Victor sat with David. Ella slept in her crib. Victor said, "You are special, David. Not just smart. You care about people." David looked down. "Thank you." Victor continued, "My foundation helps kids like you. We give scholarships. I want to give you a full ride to MIT, the best school for math." David's eyes got big. "MIT? Really?" Victor nodded. "Really? And after college, come work for me. Use your math to help people. Poor areas, schools, hospitals." David's voice shook. "You would do that for me?" Victor said, "You calmed my baby when I couldn't. You gave me peace. Now I give you a future." David stood up. He hugged Victor tight. "Thank you. I will make you proud." Victor hugged back. "You already do." The next day, David called his mom. "Mom, I won, and Mr. Talker is helping me go to college." His mom cried on the phone. "God bless that man." David looked out the window at London lights. His life had changed because of one crying baby and one kind act. That night in the hotel suite, Victor sat with David after Ella fell asleep. The city lights of London glowed through the big windows. David looked at his gold medal on the table. He still could not believe it. Victor spoke quietly. "You are more than a math champion, David. You are kind. You are smart. You think about others." David looked down. "I just try to help." Victor smiled. "That's why I want to help you more." He leaned forward. "My foundation gives scholarships to kids like you. I want to give you a full ride to MIT, the best school for math and science." David's eyes went big. "MIT? That's my dream." Victor nodded. "And after you finish, come work for me. Use your math to solve big problems. Poor schools, clean water, jobs in places like Southside." David's voice shook. "Why are you doing this for me?" Victor looked at Ella sleeping in her crib. "Because you gave me peace when I had none. You calmed my daughter when I couldn't. Now I want to give you a future." David's eyes filled with tears. "I don't know what to say." Victor put a hand on his shoulder. "Say yes, and make your mom proud." David smiled through tears. "Yes, thank you, sir." Victor said, "Call me Victor." David nodded. "Thank you, Victor." The London trip ended. Victor and David stood at the airport. Ella was in Victor's arms, waving her little hand. Victor said, "Call me when you get home, and every time you need something." David nodded. "I will." Victor gave him a card. "This is my private number. Use it." David took it. "I don't know how to thank you enough." Victor smiled. "You already did. You showed me kindness still exists." They hugged. David walked to the gate. He turned back once. Victor waved with Ella's tiny hand. David flew home. He looked at the medal and the card. His life felt different now. David went to MIT. He studied hard every day. Victor sent emails. Keep going. You can do this. David sent pictures of his grades. Victor always replied, proud of you. David graduated top of his class. He got many job offers, but he chose Talker Tech. On his first day, Victor met him at the door. Welcome home, David. David smiled. It's good to be here. David worked on big projects. He used math and AI to help people. He made tools for schools in poor areas. He made apps for clean water in Africa. He helped hospitals use data to save lives. Victor watched him grow. You're doing what I always wanted to do, Victor said one day. David said, you gave me the chance. Victor smiled. We gave each other something. Ella grew up too. She called David Uncle David. She loved when he came over to play math games. Many years later, David led the social impact team at Talker Tech. He helped thousands of people. Victor retired. He spent time with Ella and watched David from afar. One day, David visited Victor at his house. Ella was now a teenager. She ran to hug David. Victor looked at them both. One cry on a plane started all this. David smiled, and one act of kindness finished it. Victor said, you changed my life, David. David said, you changed mine too. They sat together, watching the sunset. A simple moment of crying led to big dreams, big help, and a friendship that lasted forever. Kindness, they learned, is the strongest math of all.